Hello, newbies. This is Chinese Pod. I'm Ken Carroll.
I'm Jenny.
Now, we have a challenging newbie today. There's a lot of stuff in here.
Yes.
But don't worry. There's different ways. You know, I think individuals approach these lessons differently. We're not going to explain everything in this lesson, but we will help you to understand the meaning, if that makes sense. In other words, we're not going to go into the grammatical sort of details, but we'll help you to understand the meaning
and the structure.
And the structure, and some of the phrases and so on. But if you want to truly get everything you need to get from this lesson, of course, you'll need to go to ChinesePod.com and explore it. All right, now, so maybe because there's quite a bit of vocabulary, do you want to tell us a little bit about what happens in this lesson, Jenny?
Oh, it's a high drama, high suspense lesson.
Yeah.
A policewoman is interrogating someone about his whereabouts.
Now, so if, she has a suspect.
Yes.
And his voice does sound a little bit shady, I guess. All right, so the policewoman is asking him some pretty direct questions. Let's listen 3 times. We'll come back and then we'll help you to take it apart.
Dialogue first time.
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？
在朋友家。
9点半呢？
在同学家。
Second time.
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？
在朋友家。
9点半呢？
在同学家。
Third time.
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？
在朋友家。
9点半呢？
在同学家。
We often have people tell us things like,
I gave learning Mandarin a shot, but then I realized I really don't have enough time to commit to it.
folks who felt this way love Chinese Pod Recap. In as little as 90 seconds a day, you can refresh what you've learned so far while adding a bit of what's new to your daily learning. An innovative language learning tool to fit the busy, fast-paced lifestyle of today's professionals.
Okay.
Let's do the translation now. 你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？
Where were you last night at 9 o'clock?
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？
Where were you at 9 o'clock last night?
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？在朋友家。
At a friend's house.
在朋友家。
At my friend's house.
在朋友家。9点半呢？
9:30.
9点半呢？
9:30.
9点半呢？在同学家。
At a classmate's house.
在同学家。
At my classmate's house.
在同学家。
Okay. I'm not sure what kind of a criminal hangs out with his classmates, but hey, you know, takes all sorts. Let's take it from the top. Now, the first sentence is a whopper of a sentence, actually,
yes.
at a newbie level, but it's quite interesting, and it's got a lot of... let's just hear it one time in its entirety, please, Jenny.
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？
Good. Now, that might sound difficult. And it is for a newbie.
Yes.
But we'll help you to see the patterns, and this will make it much more accessible to you. Now, so let's take it in stages.
Shall we try the backline buildup?
We certainly could. Let's try that. So,
哪儿？哪儿？
nar, third tone.
Yes.
And that means
Where?
where. Now, you've got a question here, right?
Yes.
And in English, you know, quite often the where comes at the beginning of the sentence, but in Chinese it can
It's
come
at
at the
the end.
So let's hear it again, please.
哪儿？
Nar. Now, nar means which place, where. But you need a verb too,
Yes.
also. So the verb was
在
fourth tone.
Yep.
And so put them together.
在哪儿?
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 Fourth tone, third tone. 在哪儿? Now, this is interesting. Tell us a little bit more about this.
Well, 在哪儿 can function as a full question, a full
could.
sentence by itself.
That's right. If I said to you, I put your phone over there, you'd say,
在哪儿?
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 Where? I don't know where it is.
Yes.
Good. Or somebody's not here. Where are they? You just say,
在哪儿?
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 Okay, now, so we've got that part down. So we know it's a question. The question comes at the end, and the phrase is...
在哪儿?
Good. Now, let's move forward.
And look at time.
Yes.
9点. 9点.
九点. Now, 九点meaning?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. The tones are?
9, third tone, and 点, also a third tone.
Good, so you got 3 and 3. Let's hear it again, please.
9点. 9点.
Good. Now, 九, literally tell us the meaning of the two words there.
Okay, 9 means 9.
Yes.
And 点means dot or point.
Point. And that's how you say o'clock. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the word for evening is?
晚上. 晚上.
晚上.
Yes.
Evening. And when you put evening together with 9 o'clock, you get?
晚上9点. 晚上9点.
晚上九点. So there you go. Great little phrase, 9 o'clock in the evening.
晚上9点.
Good. Now, we have the expression yesterday evening or last night.
昨天晚上. 昨天晚上.
Good. Now, as we mentioned, 晚上 means evening.
Evening.
And the word for yesterday is?
昨天. 昨天.
昨天. So when you put them together, you get yesterday evening or last night, and that's?
昨天晚上.
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 There you go.
Wow, that's a long backline build-up.
It is, but we didn't even get to the pronoun. So the sentence started off with the pronoun for you, and that is?
你. 你.
Now, this is where, you can see at the level of syntax the way the entire sentence is constructed differently than the way you would do it in English.
Yes.
So, literally translated word for word, it would be you yesterday evening, 9 o'clock, at which place? Yeah.
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿?
Yes. Now, I think we've labored that sentence enough. There's tons of really interesting stuff. And it works at the level of Lego. You can break down all these little parts and take them apart and stick them together with other parts. So, yeah, go and explore that in some more detail. Now, the verb to be that we use in the first sentence, it reoccurs here.
在朋友家. 在朋友家.
Good. Now, the word for friend is?
朋友.
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 对.
And the word for house or home is?
家.
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 First tone, right?
Yes.
Now, so friend's house would be?
朋友家. 朋友家.
And you have the verb at the friend's house is?
在朋友家.
在朋友家. Now, it doesn't say my friend's house. It just says at friend's house.
Yes.
At a friend's house, I'd say. You'd need in English, you'd need an article there. Okay. Now, so, all right. So, if you were there at 9, well, what about 9:30?
9点半呢? 9点半呢?
So, 9 o'clock is?
9点. 9点.
And 9:30 is?
9点半. 9点半.
So the 半 refers to the word half. So it's
yes.
literally 9 dots half, which is 9:30. There you go. And then there's a little particle here called
呢?
呢, which indicates this is also
The
a
question.
And where was he at the 9点半呢?
在同学家. 在同学家.
Now, so we have the same verb,
在
meaning to be, as in a location.
Yes.
And instead of a 朋友家, instead of a friend's house, he was at his classmate's house, and that was?
同学. 同学.
同学.
2 second tones.
Right.
Meaning classmate.
Good. So the phrase one more time is at a classmate's house.
在同学家. 在同学家.
Good. So there you go. So question and answer, excuses or alibis or whatever you want to call them. Good. Let's listen to that 3 more times.
Dialogue first time.
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？
在朋友家。
9点半呢？
在同学家。
Second time.
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？
在朋友家。
9点半呢？
在同学家。
Third time.
你昨天晚上9点在哪儿？
在朋友家。
9点半呢？
在同学家。
Hello, friends. This is Sarah Chung, a content creator for Chinese Pod. Each week, we find new topics relevant to you and send them to your mobile device. Currently, we have over 4,000 lessons on the app covering a variety of topics. A huge thank you to all of our subscribers who make this amazing journey possible for all. If you are not a subscriber and you would like to try us out with no obligation, go to ChinesePod.com and start your free 30-day trial. You have nothing to lose and so much to gain, so sign up now.
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier, I think there's different ways to approach these lessons. This, to me, is a very challenging newbie. If this is a little bit much, you don't worry, search. You'll see there are much simpler ones than this. But we do like to challenge newbies at times and to take different approaches in the lesson. Don't always want to take the exact same approach. And so what we've done here is just, convey the meaning, and I think first, also then the patterns secondly, because those patterns are really key. And I think it's really nice when you learn to construct in the right sentence in Chinese, in the early stages.
It feels so satisfying.
It does, because if you're using sort of English syntax, it just sounds so clunky and just silly. But when you get the syntax right,在哪儿 at the end and stuff like that, instead of putting it at the beginning, it starts to sound a lot better.
You've got the flow of Chinese.
Indeed.
And of course, go to ChinesePod.com. There's plenty more of lessons for you to explore and get that flow.
Okay, and that's where we'll be today.
Will.
And tomorrow, and we will return with another lesson.
Thanks for listening.
Okay.
See you next time.
再见。
再见。